central to your being. Turn on, it's a pleasure device. Game with me, it's the ultimate spice. I promise you will never be dull. In a world you're all powerful.
Hey everyone, this is Kat, and today I'm doing a collab with the V-Loves collab group. It's hosted by I don't remember the name of her channel, but I believe this pronunciation of her name is Marlinda. So it's hosted by Marlinda and V-Loves. And this one here is a Parents Helping Parents collabs. So don't forget, check the description for the playlist link. And with that being said, okay, my topic, I chose to do discipline. It's no secret from those on my Facebook or from my friends that I'm okay with discipline, physical discipline. However, there is a line that gets crossed and converts it to abuse in many cases. And I would say that for me personally, I only use physical discipline. Like, my son got his first and only spanking when he was 2. My oldest did. But here's the reason why. Because he's very intelligent. And I was holding his baby brother, and he got to the steak knives. And he was holding it, and I told him, I was like, Patrick, give me the knife. And he said no. And I was like, Patrick, you give me that knife now. And he said no again. And then I told him, I said, okay, you get to the count of 3. Now, keep in mind, this boy knows how to count. I told him he had to the count of 3. When I got to 3, he threw the knife at me. So, he got a spanking, and then he got sent to his room. The only reason why he got that spanking was because it was something dangerous. For instance, if you tell a child, no, you're, not to stick their fingers in the light socket. I think spanking should only be used as a last resort, though. For instance, nothing else is working. Not every child, like with me, I didn't like being spanked, and I couldn't. So spankings worked for me till a certain age. Every child is different. Like, I'm not saying it's okay to spank every child, because it's not. There are other things that you could try. For instance, my daughter, I grounded her from door for a week, or for a day, because she continuously imitated Swiper, and she would like steal my sodas. She would steal anything she could get her hands on, and then say, "You'll never find it now." Yeah, that doesn't fly, because to me that just wasn't cool. It was funny maybe the first time she did it, but after that, nope. So then, her disciplinary action, I had to go up one step above and actually permanently remove Door from our house. Door is not allowed to be on our televisions here, and if I see it on Netflix, I turn it off, because it is not allowed in this house. The cartoon. But I do allow the Dora games. I do allow Dora like, for instance, if my daughter wants to wear a Dora t-shirt, yeah, that's fine, but it can't have Swiper on it. Swiper is the only problem I have with it. So there are other ways that you can try disciplining a child first. I would not recommend disciplining an autistic child, because they need a little bit more. They need something else. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but like, try other things first. Like, try giving them warnings, try taking things away. I never send them to bed without dinner, ever. Like, I'm 100% against that. But I'm okay with you modifying what you're having. For instance, your child's acting up. Your child's favorite dish just so happens to be chicken Alfredo. Change it up. Give them macaroni and cheese instead. Because now they know that they can't eat what they love, but you're still giving them something substantial. The macaroni and cheese, you might be able to even, you know, cut up some hot dogs and put it in there. So that gives them, you know, I'm okay with you sending your child to bed without dinner, and that is perfectly fine. I mean, there's just so much other tips I could give. The biggest thing I could say is every child is different. Some children, spankings don't work. Other children, spankings will work. And another thing, too, that I would advise is highly important is find out what's okay in your state. Because in some states, many states, I've found Maryland and California, I know for a fact, 1 to 2 pops on the butt is fine, but with an open hand, never with a fist, never with an object, even if you throw a piece of paper at your kid, you know, then that could be considered abuse. So you need to find out what is acceptable in your state as well, because the last thing you need is social services to come ramming down on your ass. And don't give in to your child either at the store, because your child's not going to learn. To me, that is one of the big, I mean, you don't reward your child for giving a temper tantrum at home, so why would you in the store? Just to shut him up? Doesn't work that way. With me, I'm like, you know what, if you kids are gonna act up, you ain't getting shit. And I'll tell them that. And I ain't got an issue paddling them on the butt in the store, being like, you know what, yeah, I have no issue doing it. And you know what? You're going to get parents who are going to think that they know better than you. I work in a restaurant, so I deal with my fair share of kids. I see my fair share of kids running around, and I don't worry about it, because you know what? That's my job. I don't worry about it. But I see the looks other people are giving them, and I'm like, dude, that person needs to have kids, I swear. And if they do, then I'd hate to be their kid, because I don't like seeing oh, well, my kids never would act like that. Yeah, but this is a different time period. Don't be afraid to discipline your kid, even in public. If your child's acting up, give them water instead of juice. You know? Send them to bed early. You've got to set boundaries, you've got to set limits. And really, I mean, there's not really a whole lot on the discipline thing that I could really say, except, you know, be reasonable. Don't beat your kid just because they told you no. You want to send a message that in some cases telling mommy and daddy no is unacceptable, but you also want them to feel like, for instance, if you want to give your child a hug and your child's 16 and they're like, no, I don't want to give you a hug, don't force it, because then you're crossing a boundary that shouldn't be crossed. I think I've pretty much covered just about whatever I could in this topic on discipline. Don't forget to check out the other videos. Playlist link is in the description below. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. Or evening, rather, as it's 6:18 p.m. And yeah. If you like this video, please feel free to hit like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you think I missed anything, let me know. And if there's anything in the future that you'd like to see me do, let me know as well, and I'll be sure to add that to my plan.